Hi, I'm Anthony with 5-Star Disaster Services in Walla Walla, Washington. Before using SalesAsk, we had already experimented with a couple different sales AI tools, and the obvious benefits were there. Things like being able to listen to inspectors and sales reps while they're on calls or during in-home inspections. The visibility alone is useful. The biggest impact has been Coach Dean and how quickly it turns conversations into usable information. And as an owner and someone who manages sales, time is always the limiting factor. I simply can't listen to every call or inspection, and neither can my sales manager. What SalesAsk has done is to pull out the steps that should have happened and highlight areas that we can improve. And it gives us real-time feedback that we can actually act on. Sometimes that means I'm reviewing insights in between inspections and making small corrections that immediately affect the next appointment or route stop. That kind of rapid feedback loop just doesn't exist before SalesAsk. It's also been helpful for our sales meetings. Instead of guessing what we should work on, we can now bring real examples and real patterns to the table. The topics we discuss are relevant, practical, and directly tied to improving performance and revenue. And since everyone always wants numbers, here's the honest part. Before SalesAsk, our close rate was generally in the 30 to 40% range. Full transparency. We had an inspector that we were very close to letting go because we weren't getting the results that we needed. And honestly, we didn't know how to help him improve. Our default approach was the same thing that most companies do. Try to have him emulate a person in our company who was naturally good at sales. The problem is that's not scalable. Once we started listening to the recordings, and more importantly, once the inspectors started listening to their own recordings, the conversations became very direct and very productive. The improvements happened quickly. Today, we're consistently closing at a 70 to 80% range each month. And that same inspector is now performing at the level we can be proud of. Another piece that's been important for us is the ability to capture what's actually working. If we add another inspector or need to replace someone in the future, now we have real data and a good foundation for what looks good. Not just opinions or a gut feel, but actual conversations and behaviors that drive results. From a broader perspective, I think this kind of technology improves the brand of a company. It forces clarity in communication and helps a team grow faster, and ultimately leads to better customer experiences.